Oh snap, what's that? A double feature! Assuming you watched this when it came out, which is hopefully right after the previous episode. So, if you did watch them separately, this isn't a double feature for anything, this is just a random video. Bugger. Either way, today we are beating Pokemon Emerald with just a Snowman. That's not a Snowman. I don't really think, anyway. Yeah, that's literally a Glacier. That's nothing to do. Right, the editor's having a bit of a mental breakdown. That's fine. We'll ignore him. So this is Twiggy the Snowman, the pure ice type with Effect Spore. The reason he has Effect Spore is because, well, he's an alcoholic snowman, so he's a little bit slushy, a little bit gross. So the idea is, if any Pokemon attack him, there's a chance they might actually get that. Part of me wants to say contact high, but it's like, you know, they might get it in their mouth or something and get drunk, and so they'll get like poisoned or sleep or paralyzed. If there's an ability what made a Pokemon confused on impact, that would have definitely been a lot better, but still, don't matter. Starts off with the moves Peck and Scary Face. Scary Face because, although it's not specifically scary, it is constantly angry and pissed off, so I guess he does have that intimidation to him. And Peck because, well, he's got a nose. You don't need a beak to specifically peck, otherwise what the hell is Nidoran using? But still, and on our way to Roxanne, Twiggy learns Vine Whip. Because, well, he's got Twiggy arms. If Branch Poke was in this, that would have been a perfect example. But no, I feel like Vine Whip's close enough anyway. He's whacking people with twigs. It's fine. And wouldn't you have guessed it, makes immense easy work of Roxanne. Don't even need to think twice about it. These last 3 playthroughs have been really good against Roxanne. This is awesome. I'm liking the streak we got going. Can't wait to screw it up in the new year. But it's not the new year just yet. We've still got a little bit of time. Again, that's assuming you're watching this when the time it comes out, which, if you are, you're probably going to be about one of like 3 people. So consider yourself special, and if you're not watching this when it came out, I don't know, I hope you're enjoying whatever day it is. If you're in summer, better pack some sunscreen. If it's winter, better bring some blankets or hot chocolate, unless you're that 1% of humanity what doesn't like hot chocolate, in which case, I don't know, get tea. If you don't like tea, I can't help you, I'm sorry. Sorry, I should probably get back to the game I'm meant to be commentating over. My bad. Now, before I went to fight Brawly, I decided to grind off the trainers in his gym for just a little bit to get a few more levels, because being an ice type, I knew I was going to be weak to his fighting. And whilst grinding, Twiggy learnt Sludge, again, because he's this alcohol frozen thing. Imagine him just throwing dirty snow at people. That's pretty much what this is. So, although I didn't win on my first attempt, I did keep at it because Peck was doing decent damage against everyone else, and I realised... What did I realise? I didn't realise anything. I say that a lot, but in this one scenario, I didn't realise anything. It was just, let's keep pressing the A button and hope I win. Ooh, that win went through like 7 different dimensions. That was pretty sick. So yeah, I managed to beat Makihita on a lucky critical hit. Part of me thinks I probably wouldn't have won unless of that critical hit, but heyo, I got the gym. Let's go. Watson time. Well, actually, no. Before Watson, I just want to quickly talk about May, our rival. Now, May had a Combustion, which is obviously fire and fighting, double effective against me. Not as in 4 times, as in like both of her stabs. Don't matter, either way, I just wanted to mention that was a little tricky, but I had Peck, so it was no biggie. I don't know, thought I should mention it. You know, there's only like 3 occasions in this series so far where I've mentioned May. I figured why not bring it up again. It's weird, because if I'm playing this game like 30 odd times at least, do I bring up different parts at different times, or should I keep it literally consistent and just bring up the exact same fights each time? Probably both. Now, Twiggy learns quite a few actually good moves here. He'll learn Confuse Ray, which I guess is meant to be him offering the Pokemon a drink so they get confused or something like that. And Ice Ball, because he's a snowman. Do I need to explain? Now again, with a little bit of pre-grinding, I believe I was around level 28, I had a very consistent strategy. I clicked on Ice Ball and kind of just watched the fireworks as Watson team slowly destroyed right before my eyes. Remembering to bring a Cherry Berry, what did immensely help, and wow, I'm trying to think, other than the GOAT playthrough, that might have been the first time I've ever knocked out Watson on my first attempt. And I'm actually thinking, I don't even think I won on the GOAT playthrough with Watson on my first attempt. I might have done, it was a fair bit ago, but wow, it's doing pretty good. Now before we get onto the Maxi fight, I want to bring up that I immediately replaced Ice Ball with Powder Snow, because, well, Twiggy learns that. and I thought that was pretty good. And then a few levels later, he immediately learns Aurora Beam, which is also pretty good. So I learned both of those moves. Twiggy's got a pretty nice little moveset on him. Not even Maxie's camera up himself can stop me after I confuse him and spam Aurora Beam. And the Zubat. Come on. Again, always nice to see a Pokemon you really struggle with on the last playthrough just get demolished in one hit. You feel like you just want to fist bump the air. I hope there's no one called the air watching this, because I don't want to fist flattery time! Now, similar to some of the previous gym battles, I did fight all the gym trainers in the gym just to boost my levels up a little bit before fighting the gym. A lot more worried this time because, again, fire type, ice type do not mix. And I made an incredible mistake, or a dum-dum, as I've called it before. Twiggy learns Dizzy Punch, and my silly little brain read it as, oh, so it's like Confuse Ray, except it does damage and then confuses it. Score? This little idiot who's been playing Pokemon for years forgot how a basic move works. It doesn't confuse people every time it hits. It's just a chance. It may confuse. Whilst Confuse Ray always confuses. So what I've done is I've turned a strategy into a luck-based game. Am I not the best? Am I not the best? I'm not the best. Still, luckily Numel and Camerupt being part ground, I can Aurora Beam them pretty safely. The Camerupt kept going for a tackle most times. It had overheat, yet it went for tackle for some reason. I don't know. Maybe Flannery's new to being a gym leader. Maybe she's got weirder AI, but still. The Torkoal, as usual, did cause some problems. She attracted, I should say. She attracted most times we fought, and every time she didn't, she just overheated and I'd die anyway. So the main strategy I had to hope for was use Dizzy Punch, hope that she would get confused, and if not, well, I'm dead. And then after that, I guess just Sludge Bomb, and hopefully I'll kill her and she'll die with confusion. That didn't work near enough as much as it did. Wow, I just realised what I just said. That isn't English. That is not English. This game has made me lose brain cells. The few I had left. Anyway, another strategy I wanted to rely on was the fact that since Twiggy has Effect Spore, I wanted Torkoal to like use Body Slam or me using Dizzy Punch. That's all Torkoal will get status. It never did, at least the first set of attempts. I went to grind eventually, but eventually I just got sick and tired of getting really close, just not close enough, so it's just a thing of, alright, let's grind. I was level 35 anyway, what's so wrong about getting up to 40? I usually do in these runs anyway, don't matter, let's just do it. So was Flannery doable at level 40? Yeah, eventually, after a few more attempts. Again, I kept getting really close, and I realised I could have done it. I realised I could do it, so I did it. Hooray! No more dimension hopping this time, but still. Anyway, on to Norman. I should also mention, I'm doing it again. I should also mention, on my way to Norman, Twiggy learns Ice Beam, so I replace Aurora Beam and make him an Ice Beam. Is that not good? It is. It's very good. Ice Beam is very good. And yet again, Norman, I pretty much just kind of spammed Ice Beam and it kept working. So there's not more I could really say about Norman. Norman's one of those rather really difficult or really challenging. Wait a minute, I am just not in it today. Or any day. Basically, Norman's rather 100% or 0% in difficulty range. It depends a lot. So after Norman, we get Winona. And I don't need to even mention Winona, do I? Flying type, I'm an ice type, boom, easy. The only problem was Skarmory, but again, just Ice Beam and it went down really easily. So yeah, Winona was really easy. I was going to say she's very similar to Norman in the sense of she's very easy or very difficult, but then I realised maybe every gym leader is just really easy or difficult depending on you have a good character or not. Who would have guessed? A game would be easy if you had a good character. Anyway. Maxie, again, not a second thought. Camerupt, Crobat, Mightyena, all down in one hit, I think anyway. At least cleanly. Yeah, Twiggy's doing alright. Or maybe it's just that Christmas spirit, despite Twiggy not celebrating Christmas. Not doing that like, my Yoshi's different, he hates Christmas. He does, he just doesn't care for the religious or money side of it. He just sees it as a way to get drunk with his friends. Oh, I'm rambling about the character again. Again, I'm really self-conscious about me talking about them because I know the video literally revolves around them. I'm always like, when I'm chatting with regular people, I always have a habit of just rambling about really meaningless stuff for like literally days. And now it's a bit scary because, well, it's in a video now, but oh god, I'm doing it again now. I'm rambling again. Next gym leader, Tate and Liza. Well, actually, before I went to Tate and Liza, I went to Shoal Cave because you can pick up an item that never melts ice, what is really good for ice type moves, so I used that for Twiggy. A little slight confession, I've never been to the blue part of Shoal Cave before, at least any that I can remember. It's just that weird place where you can get Snowrun and Sfeel, and it never really crossed my mind before that there was a blue part. It was a bit weird, So yeah, Tate and Liza, incredibly easy. I'm ice type, and they're all weak to ice type, so it was easy. Although I did it twice because when I beat it the first time, I realised I still had my whole team. I keep forgetting to pop my NPCs in the PC. So I feel like that was a little bit unfair. So I did it again without any partners, and again, really easy. Although I did do another dum-dum. The Tropius, I usually get my partner to not do a move what really changes anything. So in this scenario, I had the Tropius use Sweet Scent, what just makes it raises evasiveness, but that's fine. However, I kept using the move Whirlwind, which I feel like that did give me a massive advantage. But again, I felt like I beat it twice. I could have beaten it third time. I just, like, my point was proven. Twiggy could have beaten the Tate and Liza. It was fine. I'm sure no one cares about it. I'm sure no one cares about this whole video, but we're getting a little bit more off track. Let's get to the next main battle. Does actually even need mentioning? He also has a Crobat and a Mighty N and a Sharpedo, none of which caused any issue whatsoever, so let's merrily skip past them, shall we? So then the end of the world happens. I'll say, in Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald, was it ever hinted at it was just the world? Because it wasn't just Hoenn what was in danger, or like, was it implied that Groudon and Kyogre would have ruled over Hoenn, or was it meant to be the whole world? I feel like they've mentioned the world, but we don't really see the rest of the world. Yeah, that's just Pokemon, isn't it? We don't think about the whole Pokemon world as a whole, despite they do, because all the anime and everything is based on the world. But in the games, no, it's just one island, and you only focus on the island. Every experience is meant to be a new one. We don't do sequels. Oh, let's just contain that rage. Contain it. Gotta get through it. Swiftly moving on. So our next gym leader, we have Horn. Like a Christmas horn. That's a thing. And well, I lost a few times, but similar to most Horn battles, I just teach the guy who's struggling rather bulk up or calm mind. Again, I don't know why I teach them. I don't know why I don't teach them this the second I get the move. But still, Twiggy learns bulk up, and although it doesn't help his ice moves, it helps his sludge, and that's enough to get the win. So we're done. All the gym leaders are beaten. Now let's do the Elite Four with just a Snowman. Sydney, absolutely easy. We can take out the Mighty N with one shot, which is key for any battle what starts with Mighty N, I should mention. And although the Crawdon's a little bit of an issue, we take it out eventually and we win. Now, the next problem is Phoebe, because although we can bulk up when she's protecting, which will help our Sludge honestly isn't all that strong against Dusclops. Neither of them, they're both very bulky. So it's kind of a wasted bulk up, because we have to use our special Ice Beam, and even then, it doesn't really manage to take it out half the time, and it's inconsistent at best, and, well, yeah, we don't win. So, we're at the favourite part of every run, the grinding phase for the Elite Four. Oh, it's so fun, isn't it? I mean, at least Twiggy was still only like level 54 when I started grinding, which is very low compared to most other runs at the Elite Four, so I was fine with grinding up a bit to catch it up. How well do we do when level 60? Well, Sydney, still doable, just not 100%, and Phoebe, again, she's more doable now, but again, still not 100% consistent. And now we're up against it's left me. Oh, it was right on the tip of my tongue as well. Oh, whatever. The Ice Member. Now this one was different, as although we did get to bulk up because of the hail, I could only really use Dizzy Punch and Sludge. So I had to just spam bulk up, keep Dizzy Punching, and hopefully get some lucky poisons, or also just other status. Yeah, I'll admit it, a luck fest. Just get really lucky. Unless Glalie just ruins your day, which it did. Oh boy, And it was at this point where I realised it's a bit of a stale, isn't it? What else can I really do other than just grind? There's no other tactic other than just spam the same move over and over again and hopefully you'll get it. But I digress. Grinded up to level 65. Will it make the difference? Let's find out. Well, again, it was very risky because I wanted to bulk up around 3 times, which meant I had to get 2 body slams. That's 2 chances for paralysis. I had to get very lucky. I did get a critical hit, but that's fine. Twiggy's defenses are pretty good. Twiggy's stats as a whole are actually pretty decent. But either way. So yeah, I got an extra bulk up because Celio healed up, and well, the rest of the team went down, yeah, easy. Glalie didn't ruin the run, he wasn't quicker, he didn't last long. It was good. There's not more I can say. The 3rd member was difficult until I leveled up, and now they're not. Easy. Oh, but the 4th member, Drake, he was not easy. Oh, I am being sarcastic if you can't tell. I wouldn't tell. I'm terrible with sarcasm. Either way, yeah, the only problem was Kingja, but I just spammed another ice move. Because again, ice type, dragon, most of them are dragon and flying or ground, which again, still 4 times weak. So we good. Now what's left is the champion, the Wallaceman. Can we beat it with just a snowman? Find out right now. There's no breaks for not. Christ, I'm only getting like 2 views per video. Why would I get ads? But anyway, we'll answer the question. Now, Wallace being water type primarily, and me being an ice type, I only have Sludge and Dizzy Punch to really use effectively against him. So, the long and short of it, no. Although I will admit, the first time I lost to Wallace was my own fault. I used Bulk Up thinking it would heal, and it didn't. It used Hydro Pump, and it killed me. The Tentacle, by the way. The Wailord is easy. The Tentacle is probably a problem, because it knows Hydro Pump and Toxic. Toxic ended so many attempts, I cannot believe it. But still. And now on my 2nd attempt, I believe, I did actually manage to get a really good crit to take out the Tentacle before it could attack me, which led to the Ludicolo and Wishcast being really easy, Sludge Bomb and Ice Beam a few times. Luckily, Wishcast is part ground. The Gyarados scared me a lot because it set up Dragon Dance and used Hyper Beam. Again, Twiggy's got good defense, so it was fine. The Milotic, I was really close. I tried to poison it with Sludge, and it uses Toxic, and oh god. If I'd get poisoned, I would have won. That's bad luck, man. Oh, that sucks so much. I grinded a little bit more. I don't remember what level exactly. I think it was like level 76 or 8. And I just went for it again. Sydney and Phoebe, a lot more easier at this point, a lot more consistent. I'm not losing as much. I still am at times, but, you know, they're not the problems here. Not even the ice one to an extent. It's certainly risky. Trying not to get those unlucky paralyses. Is that the correct term? Either way. But, you know, once you set up those rebulk ups and Sludge, you've won. And Drake's just the mwah. He's the top Donny. Didn't even cause me any problems. I just had, you know, tea and biscuits with him, and I went right on by. Now Wally, no, not Wally. Wally's the kind of rival guy. Wallace is what we're on about. Wallace definitely caused a lot of issues, especially with his little tentacle. As I mentioned before, Toxided me so many times. And again, Toxic was just end run. I couldn't knock out his entire team before Toxic killed me because there's a chance I can't kill Wishcast in 2 Ice Beams. There's a chance it'll heal, and since it uses Amnesia a lot, well, it raises its special defense, so it's not dying, and I die. So, strategy was very wonky, so to speak. I started doing a new strategy where instead of just bulking up once, I'd bulk up a few times, maybe hopefully take out the Wailord, sometimes in a critical hit, take out the Tentacruel, which is always optimal. Ludicolo, incredibly easy, 2 Sludge, it's gone. Ice Beam the Wishcast a few times, it more than likely heals, but it's fine. I remember getting so close on the last attempt, I believe it was, and oh, so close, just not enough though, is it? Gyarados, Ice Beam, no, just no. Now that was one of the closest attempts I got, and oh god, it definitely hurt, So, the strategy, as I mentioned earlier, I started just bulking up immensely, and Dizzy Punch and Sludge did immense damage. The Gyarados of Ice Beam again, thinking it would kill. It's so close, but I went for Dizzy Punch, and turns out my regular attack's is so good that let's just take it out. And the Milotic wasn't too much of a problem. I assumed it would recover, so I bulked up again. It's done. We're done. Wahey! So yeah, turns out you can beat Pokemon with just a snowman. A fun little fact about this, I was originally going to do this episode whilst rhyming, proper Night Before Christmas style, I am so glad that I didn't, because watching all the footage now, there are so many scenarios what I just did not plan to rhyme win. I mean, when I was playing through the game, I did have some scenarios where I imagined myself rhyming, but at the end of the day, I'm so glad I didn't do it. But part of me thinks it would have been so much funnier if I did. But I feel like it would have just been a bit weird, a bit dumb. But plus, it would have. This would not have came out in Christmas. This would have came out in like next Halloween. But either way, and yes, if it wasn't too obvious, I didn't plan for this. It was just kind of good timing. But Twiggy was, you know, Snowman. It's Christmas season whilst this is going on, and if you don't celebrate it, you know, I hope you can still have just a good few weeks off school or work, assuming you still go, because the world's kind of still in a bit of a weird place. But, you know, I hope you all enjoyed the holidays. This is probably going to be the last video of the year, so let me just say, this should be my first year on YouTube. It's literally been like my first 2 weeks, so, if you are the 3 people watching this, cheers! You know, I hope you're enjoying it, and thanks for making me feel like not all of this time is being wasted. So, yeah, happy holidays, and see you around. Twiggy the Snowman turns out to be good in Pokemon, with a nice beam stab and some bulk up hacks, but the game is hard, so come on. Twiggy the Snowman really hated fighting Tentacruel. With the defense he has and his toxic spams, he really was, well, cruel. There must have been some magic in that dizzy punch he'd found, for when he knocked out Tentacruel, he began to dance around. Oh, Twiggy the Snowman entered the big Hall of Fame. Thank God we didn't get screwed, and let me wish you a happy holiday! Or not, if you don't celebrate it, that's fine as well. If you don't, I hope that doesn't come off as insensitive, and just enjoy the rest of your day! It's so dumb.